What's up, MTV? Welcome to my crib. Before we go inside, I do want to show you a little bit around the outside. It's not a whole lot, but I also want to preface this video by saying I was gonna make this all cute and cozy and all the good things about living in a camper, but the fact of the matter is we do live in this camper full-time. I apologize for the wind, I know it's super crazy, but we do live in this camper full-time, so it's not perfectly clean, it's not perfectly kept. We do live in this camper full-time with 2 dogs, and we basically live in the middle of the freaking desert. As you can see, it's completely gravel and dust and all that, so it gets in super easily. And although I do clean literally every single day, it's just not possible to completely maintain it and make it spotless for this video, and that's not real life. So without further ado, let's get into this camper tour. So this is where we live. We park our cars right here, obviously, and then this is our camper. We have a 2021 Grand Design Reflection. I'm not sure what the model is. I think it's 370 VHS, but this is what we have. It is perfect for our needs. We have this awning right here. It does come all the way out, as well as an awning over here that comes all the way out. And then we just have this little mat right outside our steps to kind of keep the dust down a little bit. But we do also have a lot of storage out here. We do have a little mini fridge right here on the left, and then we also just have some other random stuff down here that we don't have room for inside. And then we do have this pull out right here. There are a couple on the other side as well that I'll show you later. But then we have this view of the mountains. When we got here, this was all a bunch of trees that Jonathan cut down so that we could see a little bit better. And it's not the most perfect view, but it is absolutely beautiful to us, and we love it so far. There is also a pasture down here where you can sometimes see the mules and the horses. Right now they're not down there, but usually you can see a couple right in here. So yeah, let's go inside. Hello pups. So when you first walk in, of course, you are greeted by 2 absolutely adorable pups. And we have all of their stuff hanging right here on the side. I have it color coordinated by or not color coordinated, but have it coordinated by dogs. So typically their e-collars are hanging up here as well, but they have them on right now, so it's just their collars, their e-collar, remote, and then we have some leashes right here just for easy access. So right here we have our dining room table. There is a booth over there that has a little bit of storage underneath, and then there are 2 chairs right here, and we get to look out this window and see the beautiful view that I already showed you guys. So this is where we have dinner. This is obviously, as you can see, where we keep all of our extra stuff that we don't have a spot for. But this table is super wobbly. As you can see, it literally just rocks back and forth. So it's not very sturdy. And to be honest, I saw something on Facebook yesterday. I want to build a table to where we can put the dog crates under here, and you'll understand why here in a minute. But that is like my dream goal right now. That's what I want so bad. But these do have blinds. They come all the way down. They just pull, and then to release them and make them go back up, you just like pull it down and it goes back up. It's like that for every window. There are lights right here. They do dim, so that's pretty cool. We will get out of this horrible lighting so I can show you guys the rest of it, but this is our dining room table. As I said, keeps all of our extra junk where we eat and just some random stuff that we have not put up yet. Moving right along, next to the dining room table, we have these 2 recliners, and I will kind of show you some functions of these because they are super cool. But we have 2 recliners, and then we have some storage up here. This is pretty much where we keep like extra blankets, stuff like that. We have some of my business stuff in this one over here. But we do have these extra cabinets for storage, which is really nice because we are living full-time in a camper. We need as much space as we can get. But as far as the recliners, they are amazing. So let me show you the features of these recliners. So same thing over here with these windows. They still have the same type of blinds. You just kind of can see out. But as for the recliner, there are obviously cup holders on all of them. This is where I keep the remote and my phone charger. So this little middle console comes up. This is where we keep our extra remote. We also have some perfume in here. Don't really know how that got there, but we can keep some stuff in here. And then these are recliners, so they do flip out, as you can see. Then they also have these 3 buttons right here. So this one is for a heated seat. This one is for lights. So as you can see, when I touched it, this cup holder came on. And there are also lights on the underneath. So at night, it's pretty cool. And then this right here is a massage chair. So I don't know if you can hear it, but it is vibrating a little bit. It's not like a super good massage by any means, but it does do the trick. We have our internet over here, and I will show you that insanely large satellite dish that we have for our internet, but I'm just thankful that we have it. So our internet is kind of tucked in the corner right there, and then we have our lamp and everything like that. We've got a little bit of decor. I need to adjust it because you can't read the sign, but a little bit of decor over here. This also opens up as storage, so I've got one thing in there that I couldn't find a spot for. So we do have this, and then there are obviously outlets down here and Axel's food bowl. That's just where it kind of goes. And then our sweet little baby Axel. So cute, but so irritating at the same time. We have this blanket on it right here for the dogs because they like to lay on it and we don't want them to ruin it. This couch right here does pull all the way out to where I'm standing right here. It is a pull-out bed, so you just flip it out, and like I said, it makes a bed. Over here, same thing as the other side. There is storage right here and some outlets. And then this is obviously Hendrix's bowl and their water. We have these towels because they make a gigantic mess when they drink water. So that is the reason for that. Again, same thing with all the windows. The blinds are the same. They do open, they slide open. So they have like a screened in thing. So if we want some fresh air, we can do that. We typically don't do that too much just because, like I said, it is super dusty when we open the windows. Although bugs and stuff can't get in, the dust definitely does. So I try to use the air as much as possible instead of the fresh air, unfortunately, just for the fact of I'm already cleaning a ton and I don't want to have to clean extra just because we had the windows open. So I try to keep those closed as much as I can, but that is always an option for all of these windows. They do open. We also have this storage up here, so I keep a lot of cleaning supplies like Swiffer stuff for the washer that we don't actually use, and then I have some stuff for our vacuum. Over here, I don't think there's anything in here. I think there might be like a manual, just some random stuff. And then this one over here is where I keep the dog stuff. So this is their toys and like enrichment stuff. And then this right here is all the leashes that did not fit on the other side next to the door. If you go over from the pull-out sofa, we do have a full-size TV right here. It is a Roku TV, so we can access pretty much anything we want to. We also have this drawer for a lot of storage. As you can see, like, we have a lot of stuff in here. We have our games and everything like that, but there is still a lot of room, so we have this as storage. And then we have this fireplace, and it does work. It does put out heat right here. It also changes colors, so you can change it to red, blue, or it can be orange. And then as you can see down here, it's like given the different options for heat. So I'm going to actually turn it off because it's pretty warm today, but it's just these little crystals. As you can see here, this is what it looks like, but it does put out real heat from right here. So we use that a lot instead of our actual heating system because this does not use propane. This is strictly based on power. Above the TV, we have this awesome little radio. It does connect to Bluetooth. It also has a DVD player that is connected to this TV right here. So we can play music from the radio, from Bluetooth. We can also watch movies from it. And then this right here and this right here, we just have extra dishes because as you can see over here, there is not a whole lot of storage. So we use this for bowls, plates, all that good stuff. And then this is just some extra pots and pans that we don't really use. Beside the TV, we have our little kitchen area. So this right here is full of our cups. Obviously, we have a fully functional and fully sized microwave right here. We do have a little stovetop here. We do use propane for this. So we do open this window a lot of times. And then there's also a vent up here so that there's not too much gas or anything leaking in here. I have my cutting board sitting up right here just because they kind of blend in and they're not really in the way there. And then, of course, we just have like regular cooking and knives sitting up here. And then my love, my one true love, the air fryer. We have that with all of our fruit on top just because, again, we don't have a whole lot of room. So we tried to limit what we put on the counter so that I would still have plenty of room right here to actually use and like do stuff with. So then we have these three drawers. This is like our silverware drawer. They're pretty big and actually pretty deep if you can see all the way back in there. So these drawers are honestly way bigger than what we had in our house. So don't hate that. I actually love that a lot. Down here, just our spices and stuff like that. Measuring cups, plastic wrap, all that good stuff. And then down in the bottom right here is where we keep our pots and pans as much as we could. And then, like I said, the ones that we couldn't fit in here, we moved up here. We also have this oven. It's a pretty good sized oven. It only has one rack instead of two, but you could move this up if you wanted to. We know that it it runs on propane, but we can't seem to figure out how to actually get it to turn on. So we're trying to figure that out because I want to cook in the stove. I want to make like casseroles and stuff. But for now, everything that we would bake, we've just been putting in the air fryer, so it hasn't been too big of a deal. And then, like in every kitchen just about, there is also a drawer under the oven. This is where we have all of our baking sheets and cupcake tins and all that good stuff. This whole thing right here is a slide out, so you can see right here it is a step up, so you have to step up to get to it. This whole part is a slide out. But over here we do have a fridge and freezer, so they don't open into one big thing. So the fridge and freezer, we do have this exact same thing on this side, so no need to show you that. But then we also have this fridge that is not huge, but it holds plenty of our stuff, so we never really run out of room. And then, like I said, we also have that one outside to hold anything extra that's small. And again, this whole thing right here, fridge, stove, TV, this whole little section is a slide out. So when you slide it in to move it, it does come all the way in right here. You can't get through. But that is no big deal because obviously when it's slid in, we are not using it. We also have this entire island over here with this massive, massive like farmhouse style sink, and then our dish drainer. So I use this area right here to prep for cooking, as well as this area over here. So it's really not too bad. It's pretty much the exact same as it was in our house before. And then we also have these 3 drawers. This is kind of like our junk drawer with just a bunch of random stuff in it. And then down here is where we keep our toaster, our blender, and our can opener. I don't know what's in this one. I can't remember. This is just like mitts and towels and stuff for the kitchen. So there is a spot for everything. And then under the sink is just like normal under the sink stuff, like cleaners, trash bags, all that good stuff. But even under the sink is pretty large, so we have plenty of room for everything that we need. And last for the kitchen, and probably one of my favorite parts of this whole camper just because of its size, is this massive pantry. So I will show you guys what it looks like. It's not super deep, but it is super wide, so it holds a lot of stuff, which I am so thankful for because, like I said, our fridge is not huge, so we need a lot of stuff that we can keep in the pantry that won't go bad, stuff like that, like rice and all that. So we're able to keep that stuff in there, as well as our Tupperware, because we don't have any more cabinets over here to use for that. So for the pantry, it is this big, huge, tall thing. It does go all the way up, and there are lights in here, as you can see. So we don't have it all the way full, but it is pretty full, and I've tried to have it as organized as possible. I know it just looks like a jumbled mess, but I've tried to keep like breakfast stuff here, pasta and snacks here, and then rice all over here. And then we've just got some like random bread and snacks, and then dog stuff right here, cooking stuff, and then as you can see, all of our Tupperware right here. Again, all of this is dog stuff. And then at the bottom, we are able to keep like our random bags and stuff. And then we also did take a drawer out of the fridge. It was right here on the bottom, but we took it out to make it a lot more spacious so we could put a jug of milk, stuff like that. So it's good for storage as far as extra utensils and plates and stuff, but it also holds a lot of food. We also have this thing up here that I cannot reach, but this is where we have our alcohol and stuff and our crock pot stuff that we don't use on a daily basis or even a weekly basis because, like I said, I can't reach it even with a stool. So that's stuff that we don't use. I also really love these lights. These can lights are pretty cool too. They do put off a lot of light, and with all these windows, it does produce a lot of natural light on its own. But at night, these are super bright. You can turn these off by themselves. And then these are also lights, obviously, that are on their own switch. And then there are also lights up here. So the switch is right here for them. As you can see, we just have a lot of lights, which is super nice, especially when I create videos because I have tons of light coming from literally all sides, so there's never like shadows or anything. So it's super awesome for that. And also it's just not like dark and dull and sad feeling, I guess. It's just very like uplifting because it's so bright in here. So I really enjoy that aspect as well. Along with these light switches is the thermostat. So we do have air and heat on. I have it turned off right now because it's super loud, so it's pretty warm in here. I'm actually really hot, but this right here works the vent up there. So when we're cooking and stuff, as I mentioned before, we open this to kind of let it breathe and get all the propane and gas and stuff out. And then I also just keep like the broom and Swiffer because, like I said, I do use these pretty much every day because it does get so dirty in here. Over here is obviously the door that I came in. Directly across from that, we do have an extra room, and it is super cluttered right now. But this couch does come out into a pull-out couch. Obviously, it can't right now because the dog crates are in here. But we don't really have anyone staying here right now, and we wanted the dog crates out of the way because Axel's big, huge crate was over there taking up half the living room. So we moved the dog crates into here. This is kind of the dog room. Their dog food is here. We also have some stuff that we use with them quite often, like their brush and their ball right here. Just Jonathan taking his shoes off, trying not to get dust and dirt everywhere, but kind of hard to do when you have two dogs that are in and out. And then we can also see out into the cabins right next door. And out here, you can see right there, that's our huge satellite dish for our internet, but we are just thankful to have it because before we had nothing. So this does pull out into a bed. I hung this beautiful picture from our wedding up just to make it feel a little more homey. Let me turn the light on in here. There is also a mirror right there. Obviously, I can't get to it because of the dog crate, but we do have our coats. This is kind of like my coat closet because I didn't have enough room in our actual closet. So all my jackets are in there. And then right here is like paperwork and stuff that we need, as well as my pajamas. And then this down here is all of my sweatshirts. So I did have to bring some stuff in here because we ran out of room, but Jonathan also hangs up some coats here and in this closet as well. But this is pretty much just like our junk room. I feel like everybody has one. And even living in a camper, we have a junk room. So this is like the dog / junk room. But we are thankful that we have this to put the dog crates in because otherwise they would just be out in our way. But it's also nice that we can use this if we have people come to visit more than what would fit in the living room. Those recliners are super comfortable. That's actually where we slept the first couple nights because we didn't have a mattress. So those recliners are super, super comfortable, but we do also have obviously this option as well as the couch in the living room if we have people come over. This room is very cluttered and very, very full, but it just is what worked for us. So this is what we're going with for now. Coming out of this room, there are stairs. They are dirty. They need to be cleaned, but this is what goes up into, hello bud, into our hallway. Right here, this is all of our controls for our water tanks, our sewer tank, all the slide outs, the lights, all that good stuff. So this right here actually controls those big can lights in the living room. But this is pretty much like the control panel for just about everything when you come into the hallway. And please ignore Axel. He is playing with a toy. He's going to be so obnoxiously loud, but it is what it is. This little ladder right here actually comes out and you can use it to get up into this loft. Again, we just have a bunch of like random excess stuff like our suitcases and book bags that we don't use, and then some extra pillows and stuff to kind of just get them out of the way. Over on this side, I did hang up a couple of pictures of us just because I wanted it to feel a little more homey. So this is like our little hallway with all of our pictures from our wedding and the first time I ever came out west with Jonathan. So this was super awesome and super cute. But this is honestly probably one of my favorite like personalization things that I did in here. Not that I've done a whole lot, but I do really love this, and I absolutely love this picture of us, and I want everyone to see it that comes in, so that's why I hung it up here. Moving on to the bathroom, we are using this as our little bath mat right now because we don't have one. We've obviously got our toilet over here, and these have so much storage. I keep forgetting to turn the light on, but this has so much storage. I don't know if you can really tell, but it goes back super, super far, as well as this does, like all the way back. I can't even like touch the back of it because my arm is not long enough. So this is where we keep obviously all of our towels, toiletries, medicine, band-aids, washcloths, all of that good stuff. We do hang our towels up over here on some command hooks, and then we do have a full-size shower, which is so, so awesome. So this is just obviously a sliding glass door. I absolutely love this shower. There is so much room in it, obviously, as you can see, even somewhere to sit and like shave your legs and all that good stuff. So plenty of room in here, and the hot water works, so no cold showers for us. And then over here, obviously our sink, we've got some drawers and stuff. Under the sink there is space just for some random stuff, but this is where I keep like my makeup and all that. I had to make sure it was super organized because these drawers are pretty small, but all my stuff fit in one, so that was really nice. And then we do have this mirror that opens up and actually has quite a bit of room. So we've got 3 shelves in here, and they are much, much bigger than what we had in our house before. So there is little storage spaces everywhere throughout this camper, which I super, super love. I know campers are not necessarily meant for living in, but for our purposes, this was the easiest thing we could do. And I'm very thankful that there is so much room for storage and for all of our stuff, because I have a lot of stuff. So, with that being said, we will move on to the final room and probably the dirtiest room, but that will be our master bedroom. You come straight out of the bathroom over here to a beautiful little puppy dog again. And we have a queen size bed. This is actually, as you can see, not the right size. This is meant for a king size bed, but we just bought a queen because it was cheaper. And we honestly didn't know what size it was, so we'd rather have something smaller than bigger. But this is our bed. It's super comfortable. There is also a thermostat in here and a light switch, obviously. This is where the air comes out, and then obviously our lights and stuff like that. And then over here is like our dresser. So these drawers, again, are super, super small. I had to get really creative with how I store my stuff. So if you guys watch my videos before, you know that I keep my t-shirts up like this because they take up less room, and I also color coordinate them. But obviously by color, but I do have a couple extra that just did not fit, so had to lay them on top. And then as far as my jeans go, I had to kind of fold those up too, but they all fit much better this way than like stacking them on top of each other. I also have a window bit right here with blinds, and then we have stuff up here. I really had to fold a lot of clothes. I had to kind of go through and determine what I do wear and what I don't wear because we just did not have enough room in the closet. So this is like all my dresses and then athletic wear that I don't really wear a whole lot of, that I don't need hanging up necessarily. And then on the back of the door right here, you can see that it's a shoe hanger. But I'm using it to store my socks, underwear, and bras because I just did not have a drawer for that. It actually worked out very well. I'm not going to show you because you don't need to see all that of mine. But that's what's in there, like I said, and all my bathing suits, and then as well as like my running shorts and stuff, just because those are small and I rolled them all up really tight so they just kind of stick in and you can pull them out, put them back in when they're clean, stuff like that. So that is how I saved a little bit of room by using a shoe rack. And then we have our closet over here with the mirror. Our hamper is kind of just sitting right here. We do have two hampers. These are all clean. I just don't have I can't fold them because there's sheets under there and I can't do it myself. But this is our closet. So it goes pretty far back. There are actually washer and dryer hookups, as you can see right here. This is for a washer or dryer, and then over here on this side there is room for one and there's hookups for one. Oh my god, there is a light in here. Hold up a second. I don't know what this goes to. I don't know what this light switch goes to, but anyway, there is hookups for washer and dryer, but there's honestly just no way I would be able to get to it to actually do any laundry because we do have so many clothes, as you can see. And then I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to it, but back here, or if you're even going to be able to see it because it's dark. But back here is a bunch of shelves. This is where I have all of my shoes. There's like 3 shelves, but you just can't see them because it's so dark. And then I obviously have more clothes folded up here. Again, this is all stuff that I don't really wear a whole lot of. So I just hung up like my sweaters and stuff that I knew I would need a lot or that I wear a lot. And then everything else I had to fold and just kind of make it fit because I have way too many clothes. So, oh honey, this lighting is bad. This is not, we're not doing this. That is going to be all for our camper tour. As I mentioned, we do live here, so it's not perfectly clean. It's not going to be perfectly clean. It is a camper, but we are making it work with both of us and our 2 dogs. So we are loving it so far. A lot of people kind of made comments about, well, that's kind of small for 2 dogs. Like, how are you going to do that? That's not a house, you know, whatever. And that's fine if you feel that way, but it's working perfectly for us. It's great for our finances. We're saving so much money by doing this. But we love it. I don't plan on moving out and trying to buy a house, especially in this market, anytime soon. We're going to make this work as long as we can. As you guys can tell, there is a lot of room in here, a lot of storage, and we have all of the main functions that a kitchen, air, heat, you know, the shower, all that good stuff. We have all the main functions of a house. So why not ride this out as long as we can? So we are parked on his boss's property and we plan to stay here as long as they will let us. Axel just put my whole hand in his mouth. This dog is nuts. And the view is amazing. Like I said, we are just really loving it here, and like that is 100% truthful. I'm not like faking that. Like, I really do enjoy it here. I don't mind the camper living. The only thing about the camper living that I don't like is not having a washer and dryer, because like I said, we don't have the room, so I am having to go to a laundromat, which is getting a little bit expensive, but honestly, it would probably equal out to the same as buying a washer and dryer anyway. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. That's the only downside as of right now. We have plenty of room for the dogs to run and all that good stuff. So we love it. We plan on staying here for at least, you know, probably the rest of the year if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But that is our camper tour. This is our new home in the lovely state of Colorado, and there will be so much more where this came from. If you have any questions or anything about the camper life, leave them in the comments. I kind of want to do a Q&A about it, so leave any of your questions down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys back here next week with another one.